All right, so we are December 7th, and we are on our GetFitCrew team call. And tonight we're going to discuss the retreat. We just got back from the winter retreat yesterday, which was amazing. And we want to give you some of our takeaways. As you can see, we have pages and pages of notes and ideas, and Amy and I sitting down in the cabin in our room for like 3 hours doing what we were calling a brain dump, and every idea we could think of, we were just writing on paper. The retreat is a great thing. In my business and the way I run my business, those events are non-negotiables for me. Super Saturdays. I try to get to every Super Saturday that I possibly can with my daughter playing soccer and everything else. Sometimes I can't get to them, but I try to go to every one that I can. I definitely go to every summit, and this was my first winter retreat. They did have it last year. I did not go to it last year. I didn't have anybody else to go with. I didn't know what to expect. I was fearful, and I shouldn't have let my fears get a hold of me. I didn't want to go by myself because I didn't know who I'd be talking to. But I'm glad that we went this year. It was really, really awesome. So basically what the retreat is Jen and Mike Greenberg rented one big cabin that was called the Mansion. And then they rented 2 small cabins that were right across the street and down the street from the main cabin. The main cabin is where all the events would happen. And we really didn't do too many, we didn't do role playing or anything like that. We did, the first night we were there, we had like a little party. We did karaoke and dancing, and we were all talking, getting to know each other. Diamonds and Above had a chance to meet with Arnal from corporate, and have it was me, Amy, and one other coach, Robin, and her husband, in a small group with Arnal, and we were able to talk about our goals. He told us a really great story about the things holding you back, how you need to let go of them and drop those heavy people out of your, so to speak, wagon that you're pulling around, and how hard that can be to do at times, but it's things that are a necessity to do if we want to grow. So that was really cool to have that one-on-one with him. And then later that evening when we had dinner and everything, he walked around the groups of people and sat with small groups and talked and gave us ideas of what other top coaches do to help build their business and how they have assistants help them with certain things. So it was really great to hear how other coaches evolved, and when they got more work laid on them, how they actually time managed that out. So it was really cool to talk with him. And then each morning we did a group workout, and as you know, most coaches, most of us or some of us that were there were instructors of a certain program. I have size. Ben Owen did P90X. Michelle Harris did Insanity. So we did live workouts. So we just had some music, and they basically taught a class. So that was really fun. It was really great to break up into groups and to hear people's stories on, how they got started in Beachbody. I want to say that was probably some of my favorite times, was when there really wasn't anything planned and everybody was just kind of hanging in the room, and we would sit in groups and somebody would come over to ask someone a question, or we would just kind of walk around and just randomly start talking to other coaches and seeing their story and who their upline is and stuff like that. So it was awesome. And I did a training which was totally out of my comfort zone. Mike and Jen wanted me to talk about like pages and how to develop a good like page and how to run advertisements on your page. So I stood in front of 70 plus coaches, most of them above me, and talked about that and taught them things. I actually taught Scotty Hobbs something, which made sure I wrote that down in my calendar because I feel like little old me, how can I teach Scotty Hobbs something? But I did, so that was exciting. And that was another thing for me for this event, is it's more an intimate setting. So like the big summit's great. You learn a lot. You do a lot of trainings. You do the workouts with Autumn and Shanti and everybody. But you don't really have that one-on-one time with somebody like Scotty Hobbs, one of the top coaches, or our own upline, Jen Greenberg. At that summit, they're usually busy. We're lucky if we see them, let alone talk to them. So it was nice to have that time with them and be able to discuss a lot with them. But one big takeaway that I know Amy and I took, because we talked about it a lot, was where we want our team to be. And when we're not meaning numbers, we're already a 1-star team. So we're not meaning like we want to be a premier team or an elite team, which we want to be, but we're talking about the family orientation of the team. So we're going to start doing monthly get-togethers for the local coaches. And we're going to try to do, when we're in those get-togethers, depending on where we are, or if it's some sort of a training get-together, we're going to zoom in any coaches that aren't in the area that might want to be a part of it. So we're going to start that in the new year. We're going to pick a date. We're going to figure out what it is, but there's always going to be wine involved. They're going to be like our wine and shine events, and we're just going to drink some wine and kind of have that retreat feel like what me and Amy got from this retreat, of being able to get close to everybody and talk with everybody. And, you know, it's really not meant for us to talk business, but our conversations always go to business, because to us, it's what our passion is. So you talk about your passion. But it's really so we can all get to know each other a little bit more, know more about each other's families and maybe struggles we might be having that have nothing to do with the business, and be more like a family, because that's what we're hoping to build. So I know that was some of our big takeaways also. Let me see some of my notes. But I really like that. I know Amy does that now with her girls. They go for coffee once a month. But I liked the wine idea, so we can all drink and have some fun. Let's see. And of course, they talked about doing free groups. We learned a lot about free challenges from Jenny Boudrard and Nicole Cabe. They really taught us a lot about different ways that they run their free groups and how they make sure they're communicating with people, not just in the group, but at least once a week, sending them a private message, asking them how they're doing, seeing if they need any help and things of that nature, which is something that I was slacking on. So it was really good to go to this, because it kind of was an eye-opener for me of some things that I wasn't doing anymore that I used to do, and it worked well for me. So that's one thing that I know Arnal spoke about, is not to make many changes, or at least big changes. You can make small tweaked changes, but when you make tons of big changes in what you're doing with your business, it's like starting all over. So I know that he had spoken about, you know, if you have things that you feel you need to change, just do it in small doses. Because I know I was making some big changes in my schedule and changes on how I did things, and it ended up not working out in my favor because I had to start all over. So consistency definitely is key. Let's see what else I wrote here. I know they talked about doing a giveaway in their free groups and doing it at the very end. It's like a point system for every picture, which is something I do in my free groups. I don't know if you guys do. But like for every picture that they post of them doing their workout, it's 1 point. A video is 2 points. Maybe a Shakeology post, 1 point. For anybody in the free group that might drink Shakeology. For the ones that don't, they might want some samples to get them through the group so they can get some points, which is good. So things like that are helpful. Giveaways don't have to be expensive. Sometimes I give away the free DVD that comes with a program that I buy. And that way it's a $20 value, but you're giving it to them for free and you didn't pay for it. Let's see what else I have here. Let's see. There was an awesome presentation that Scotty did. He had us all do like a little homework assignment, which we'll probably try to do it like in one of our events when we're together, so we can kind of do it one-on-one and help each other through it. But it was to help us find our purpose. Because without your purpose, you don't have confidence. Without confidence, if you're not confident, people aren't going to be confident in you as their coach. So I really liked that assignment. Amy and I missed it when he actually did it live, but then the next day when people were talking about it, they were reading the questions and their answers. So I was able to jot the questions down. I started putting some answers together for myself to help me find my purpose. But I think it's going to be great for all of us, because finding your purpose, or what we call our why, our purpose, is really what drives us in our business. So it's really important to know what that is. And we have information for the new winter summit, which we will be posting for next year in our group. It is not going to be in the cabins. It's going to be somewhere really fun. And it's going to be in Vegas. It is going to be a PD type network marketing. Trying to remember what all three. It was Tony Horton. Eric Wolf.
Eric Wolf. Hold on, I might have it.
If not, I have the picture. So right now it's only available for people to purchase the tickets for who was at Winter Summit. That's like the special thing we get because we actually went to Winter Summit. So
Richard Branson, Eric Wolf, and Tony Robbins.
Okay. So Scotty Hobbs bought a bunch of tickets, and because he bought them in such a big bulk, he was able to get them cheaper. So it's going to be in Vegas. They're going to rent houses just like they did in Tennessee. This event is amazing. From what Scotty said, this will be his second or third time going. And he said he went with 8 of his coaches the last time he went, and all of them have skyrocketed in their business. So it's a huge GoPro event. It's all about, multi-level marketing and networking and really helping us build our business. So I really would like to see a lot of us from this team there, because I know if Amy and I can benefit from going to sit in a cabin in Tennessee and just listening to other coaches, I can only imagine how much we're going to benefit from listening to the people that have written like GoPro and the network marketing book, and they train people in the business we're in, multi-level marketing, on how to be successful. We're going to get so much from them. I just know that it's going to grow. Our teams are going to grow astronomically just by going to this event. Now, the price of the event is, what was it, $550 or $500? $550, right? Okay, so it's $550, and I know that sounds steep, but you can do it on a payment plan. Amy and I have already signed up. We are committed to going, and we're committed to bringing people from this team. I would really like to see 10 of us total there. It's going to be a big deal. This event's going to be a big deal. Normally, just the ticket to go see the 3 of them speak is $600. The $550 gets you your lodge, which is staying at the house. Usually when we stay at the house, that also includes food. They fed us the whole time. They had Shakeology there. They had breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. So that usually includes food, and it gets you the ticket to the event. So the only thing you're going to need to buy right before the event is your plane ticket there, which Amy and I now have a secret. We found a really good airline, and they are cheap. We got the cheapest flight to get to Tennessee over everybody that was there. Well, besides Jen and Mike, who didn't have to have a flight, they drove there. But so I would really like to see a lot of our team there. If we can get more than 10, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I would like to do something special as a team, as our Get Fit crew. Like maybe all of us go out to dinner one night once we get the schedule of what's happening there. I'd like to do a thing with our team. I got some really cute ideas for the team. One of the teams there, they're really close, Jenna's team. They did pajama night where they all had matching pajamas. She brought her team all matching pajamas. And one night they all wore their pajamas and took pictures in front of the Christmas tree at the cabin and stuff like that. And it was really cute. So I'd like to see a lot of us there, because I have some great ideas and stuff that we can do as a team when we're there. And not only that, but we're going to grow huge as a team. We're really going to be that elite team and that premier team that we're striving for. Amy, what are some of your takeaways from it?
Okay, so one of my favorites was Jenna, and talking about her team culture. Like Tanya was saying, they're so close. I mean, she was saying she's not just my coach. I could tell you about her husband. I could tell you about her kids. I could tell you what she does on the weekends. And, I really, really like that. I really like the team getting together. That was probably my favorite. And then it's not even just Jenna's team. It was like being in this room with 70 coaches, and everybody cared about everybody. Like, it was something I've never experienced before. It was amazing. All the emotion. I mean, people were crying. It was just open and honesty, and you felt it. You know what I mean? Like I was telling Tanya, I came home Sunday and all I could do was cry.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. We did learn a lot with the seminars. Tanya taught everybody a lot of stuff, And you guys should be proud because you guys already knew that stuff. So Tanya's teaching all these top coaches things how to do that you guys are already doing and already know how to do. So that was pretty awesome. Another thing, I had a kind of aha moment with Jenny talking about the free groups. I've totally slacked off on free groups and giving them the value in that. I think I'm going to switch and not going to do 21-day groups all the time. I think I'm going to go down to like 7 and 10 days, but give them the value. So I'm going to revamp that. What else? Scotty, I loved hearing Scotty. Scotty makes you guys feel, the family. What else?
Cried. He cried.
He did cry. He did. It was just, overall, there was nothing I didn't like. And I was out of my comfort zone like 180%. I mean, one night I hid, and Tanya was like, "It's okay. You know what? We'll do this one thing." That's how we missed the assignment. We weren't really hiding. I mean, I was hiding. I'm not going to lie, but we were working. I mean, we really were down there brainstorming. It was like 1:00 in the morning, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's 1:00 in the morning. I have to go to sleep." But I don't know. It was just a lot of it. I can't even explain how it made me feel. It was great. It really was, and I can't wait to go back. You can do the calls and you can do, the big summit. It's just not as intimate as this was. And I won't miss one. I won't miss a winter retreat. There's no way. It definitely is a non-negotiable.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Non-negotiable. Just like hitting Success Club every month is non-negotiable for the business. These events should be non-negotiable. I mean, and the Super Saturdays are everywhere. All you have to do is go in your back office, go under Super Saturday, type in your state, and find one. Because in all honesty, you're not going to be alone. You're going to walk into a group with a bunch of other coaches, and you just introduce yourself. I'm Tanya. This is my team that I'm with. The big team is the Fit Family Network that I'm under, but my sub team is the GetFitCrew, and I'm new to this, and this is my first Super Saturday, and I'm excited, and because all the coaches are just as nice and friendly as we are, because they're doing the same thing. They're used to saying hi to people and introducing themselves. So I remember my first Super Saturday, I was supposed to go with another coach, and she couldn't go, and I was so excited to go. It was somebody was going to be there. One of the big people were going to be there to do their workout, so I didn't want to miss it. And I went, and that's how it was. Like, people said hi to me, but I said hi to them. I just kind of started talking to people, just like you do like I did when I went to the grocery store today. Some ladies like, "Oh, you've done P90X?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've done them all." I started talking to her for like 20 minutes. So it's the same for those events. You really want to get to those events. And the Super Saturday events are not expensive. And you kind of come and go. So you go there if you've gotten what you want. You don't have to do the live workout. Sometimes they do a workout, sometimes they don't. I'm actually thinking about maybe hosting some small for our team, local coaches, and maybe some other coaches in the area. Like, we met a coach that's on Jenna's team that lives in Weston. Maybe doing like a small Super Saturday even in my living room. Because if I tell them I'm going to do it, they'll send me the same information that they would send the people down in Miami that are doing the Super Saturday. And we could do it here. We could do it in my backyard, and we could all sit in the pool area and have wine and do Super Saturday wine, and just like chill in the back. I have a TV in the back, and we can Zoom anybody in from the team. So we can do that also. But I'd like to see everybody from the team trying to find some Super Saturdays in their area as well. Another thing that I remembered about when you were talking, Amy, was the group prayer that they did. One of the girls that was there, her mom was in surgery the day of that night. Was it Friday night? I think it was Friday night. And her mom was in surgery. I talked to her later, and her mom actually went through what I went through in November. But she was in surgery, and she was really nervous. And one of our coaches, their husband and wife coached the Lutz, and he's a pastor. I didn't know that. I learned that at Winter Summit. I didn't know he was a pastor. I always saw them posting about different, church things and prayer and stuff like that, but I didn't know that he was pastor. They have 2 churches that they run in Tennessee. So they wanted to do a prayer. And I know not everybody in that room goes to church and believes in prayer and is all godly. But they said, they wanted to bring her up so everybody can touch her in one way, because there's always a feeling that when you touch somebody, it touches them in a different way. You can pray for them, but when you touch them and pray for them, oh, I just got the chills. It touches them in a different way. Every single coach in that room got up and touched Tina, whether it was on her shoulder, I held her hand. Everybody got up and held her while they prayed for her mother. Her mother made it out of surgery great. She's home recovering. But just the fact that everybody came together, I've never met that girl before. Half the people in that room never met Tina before. But the fact that we're such a family unit like that, and we're so caring and giving, every single coach got up and prayed for her and her mother. So just like things like that, you don't get that from a Zoom call. You can't get that from just listening to national wake-up calls. That team atmosphere was just, to me, that was amazing. That was really amazing that they did that for her. And then of course it's fun. We're drinking and eating cookies and, stuff like that. So it was really, really a lot of fun.
Yes, I was eating cookies for breakfast.
Yep. And Lonnie would have been proud of her. She talked to Scotty like 3 times.
I am proud of you.
And she initiated the conversations.
Jenna, too.
Yep, and to Jenna. She was like, what's her name again? Jenna. Yeah, Jenna. And then she called Jenna's name out. She's like, I need to talk to you. And then she chatted with her and picked her brain. She talked to Jen Greenberg a lot. The first day she was a little quiet. And then I told her, you're here to step out. You're here to talk to people. Don't make it a waste. Don't go home and say, damn, I wish I wouldn't have stayed in my shell.
And that's what it is. If I wasn't put in that environment, am I on mute? No, okay.
No.
If I wasn't put in that environment, I probably wouldn't have done it. But like hearing her speak, it touched me. Like something she said touched me. And I was like, oh my God. And what she said wasn't enough. I needed more. So you know what? If I would have just heard her on a call or whatever, I probably wouldn't have reached out to her. But being there, being in the environment, I was like, I need to speak to her now. You know, and it was great.
Yeah, that's another thing with those events. It's totally different than a Zoom call. Like you've heard me talk about the like pages before, but it was probably a little bit different standing there, being in the room and everybody sitting there and watching. It was different for me. I've talked about it before and I've worked one-on-one, or I've done a call like this and talked about it, but to stand up there in front of 70 people was different in a good way. Like now I'm ready for somebody to ask me to train somebody else on that, but it's just amazing. But we did learn a lot. Like Nicole Cabe had a great idea for the soda-free challenge.
We can incorporate that in our water challenge.
Yeah.
I have notes on that.
Yeah, it was like a soda-free challenge she was talking about. She said she got a lot of people in that because everybody drinks soda and Coke and stuff like that. So it was like a 7-day it was a 14-day challenge where they didn't drink soda for the 14 days. And then, she was just saying how she touches base. Jenny Boogarg was saying that she does her groups when she runs them by herself, when she doesn't run them with another coach, she keeps them in the events and she just runs it in the event. What I liked about that idea was, so she opens up, how we open up an event before we do a challenge group, and we invite all sorts of people to it to try to get people to get into the group. She keeps it in that event and starts posting for her challenge group, which is great because even the people that don't say they're going to get notifications that people are posting in that group. And it might strike like, I'm interested. What is this about? What are all these people posting about? And then that you might get them into your next group. So I really, really liked that idea that she keeps it as an event. So then that way, even if people don't comment if they're going or not, they're still going to get the notifications and they can kind of be a fly on the wall of what these accountability groups and challenge groups are all about.
And we figured out that you can make the event private. So it's still like a private group, but it's just the event where everybody who's invited could still see. Right. I mean, we even made a fake event just to test it out.
Just to test it out.
But I have a question about that because then, like, I know when I do my free groups, they don't get added to the group unless they sign up to be a free customer.
And I was worried about the same thing, but it comes down to what you decide to do. if you're doing a free group for 7 days, is it worth it to let them see it so they can see the value you're adding? So when you do that next Beachbody group, they want to sign up? Or do you, I mean, it's your choice, or you can say, nope, you didn't sign up. You can't be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? It's just something you have to decide what you want.
Because sometimes when I run my free groups, I give them the link to register, but if they don't, I still allow them in my group anyways, because I want them to know that I truly want to help them, whether they sign up with me or not, because in the end, when you're that person, they're going to sign up with you when they're ready to either buy something or whatever. So that's how I've always done mine. I'll try to, tell them, please sign up, please sign up. But some people are the type of people, they don't want to sign up for anything until they see what they're going to get out of it, which is like what Jenny was saying. That sometimes she gets the people that, they want to see what they're going to get before they, put all their information into the computer. So it's just to your discretion of what you want. I like the idea simply because sometimes people don't even respond whether they're going or not. So you don't know what's going on. And then you try to message them and then they don't respond. They're turning the lights off on you.
What happened? That's got to be the breaker, because I haven't moved. What the hell are they doing?
That means get your butt up. They want dinner.
Oh my God, that's so
I already made dinner. I was eating when the call started.
So I like it because whether they say they're going, they're not going, maybe going, or they don't respond at all, they can still see what's going on and see, like Amy said, the value that I add to the group and what they get from it. It's kind of like a fly on the wall, like when we do these live events and they can just be a fly on the wall. So it's almost like they get a sneak peek into your accountability and challenge group. So I like it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it with my next free group, my video one that I do. I'm going to just keep it in the event. I'm going to invite people to it, keep it in the event, trial and error. I mean, if you're still running a group, it's just because sometimes people get confused and they'll keep posting their workouts in the event anyways, even though you told them to post it in the other group. So it saves them from getting confused. So I really liked the idea. Really, really liked it. I'm trying to think of what else we learned about. I'm definitely excited for next year's Winter Summit.
Okay.
Let's see. I think that's pretty much what I have. But seriously, guys, think about next year's Winter Summit. I mean, I did the payment plan. I didn't want to pay it all at one time, so I'm just making small payments until it's done. But like I said, that amount gets you into the event. It gets you your lodging, so it gets you your place to stay. So you're just going to need to get your flight there. And if we get the flights early enough, we can get them cheap. I mean, how great would that be to be able to get our coaches, like Amber's from one place, we're from this place, Tara's in New York. So it'd be great to get everybody from wherever they are and us be able to get together. These events are like the only way that we can get all the coaches from all different states to have one place to meet up and be able to spend some time together. So I'm hoping once it goes live and open to everybody, right now it's only live and open to the ones that went to Winter Summit. I wanted to give you guys a little heads up about it so you can start thinking now on your finances. And I mean, if you can do the payment plan, I want to say the ticket for the event, it's like 3 payments, and then the payment for the house, the place to stay, was like it was broken down to 11 payments. It was like $20 a month or something.
25.
So, yeah, $25 a month. So it's definitely worth it. It's going to be worth every penny. So they break it down good enough that we can afford it. And I mean, to me, you got to spend money to make money. So if we can really figure everything out and look at it, and we can all chat whenever needed and see who we can get there. I definitely would like to see the 2 other faces on here, Lonnie and Amber. I'd like to see you guys there, definitely. I really
Lonnie's coming.
I'm coming.
Good.
I'm coming. I already got, I'm there. I'm working on it. I got my summit ticket.
She's coming.
I'm coming.
Very good.
Grab me by my hair, I'm sure.
I will. We'll drag you.
Coming.
We'll both come there and drag you. Because I'm telling you, you're going to go to this event And first of all, you're going to go to Summit first because that's in July, and then we'll go to this other one. But you're going to go to Summit. You're going to be like how Amy was in Summit. Your brain's going to be like, you're going to have to do a brain dump like every 5 minutes of all the ideas that are running through your head. Like we would go back to the hotel and we were just writing everything down and all these ideas as we're sitting through the trainings and stuff like that. So I'm excited.
Me too.
You guys are going to love the events. Amber, where are you at with it? Do you think you're going to go? She's still cooking her dinner.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I will look into it though.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna, you're gonna benefit from it a lot because you have all the tools. These are just an extra tool to really get to you and really explain to you the marketing and everything and really how to network and get yourself out there and the different ideas and stuff like that for you to be able to really grow the way you want to.
Right.
So I hope you can find a way to make it there. I mean, bust your butt between now and then because it's just payments. So if it's $25 a month, if you're at least selling one challenge pack a month, which you should be selling at least 3 to hit Success Club, then you'll have that extra money and let Beachbody pay for your trip.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to try for sure.
Yeah. I think you'd get a lot out of it. And I'm real excited because I started back with the system. I mean, I have to pay for it monthly, but it's going to be worth it. Both Amber and Lonnie, I think, already started getting the emails from me.
I did too.
Yeah, and Amy, that's right. I put you on there for Start Emin. It's called Automatic CEO, and it is like a lead-based system where I can email people what's called a lead page, and if they fill out all the information that they're interested in a program, it gives me an email and lets me know that they're interested in it. And then once somebody purchases a program from me, I can put them into this system and pick what program they purchased, and it will send them emails throughout the process of them doing that program. So it'll remind them about coaching. It'll remind them about their Shakeology and things like that. But being at the Winter Summit kind of like opened my eyes. I used this a while ago, and then I decided to stop using it. I really don't remember why I stopped using it. And they were talking about lead pages and this, that, and the other that they really use to help boost up their business. And they brought up Automatic CEO again. And I remembered the trainings that I really, really liked the trainings because it'll email you. I put all the coaches in there from my team, from like my PS coaches. And then I put one of Tara's coaches and like 2 or 3 of Amy's that had reached out that they want to do it. And basically, I just pick whether they're doing the Emerald training, the Diamond training, the Star Diamond training, and it will email daily. It's almost like having a Coach Basics in your email instead of on Facebook. It's basically how they geared it. Automatic CEO was pretty much built by like a very, very, very top coach that wanted some sort of program like this to help him build his business. So it's geared all around the Beachbody business. So I loved it for training. I remember once Tara decided to come back and be a coach again, she said she goes, oh, and I still have those emails you sent me for trainings to become a Diamond coach. It'll say like day 1, day 2. So that way you can easily keep track of it. So if you're like 3 days behind, it's okay. If you get on day 3 and you haven't done day 1 yet, it's okay because it tells you each day so you know which one to do next. So you don't start it until you're ready to start it. So it's great because it gives you daily assignments on what to do, and then you do that assignment. If you do everything that those emails say, you're going to rank advance to that next one, and then we'll just put you into the next training. I like it better than Coach Basics on a Facebook page because once somebody comments to something, it brings it to the top of the newsfeed, and you might have missed the assignment from that day, and you got to scroll all the way down and try to find the assignment. So to me, the Coach Basic groups get a little jumbled. So this keeps it nice and organized, and then you can email me with questions or text me with questions when you have your assignment. So it makes it a little more, I'm OCD with organizing, and anything that makes it look nice and neat and makes things easier is the way that I like to do it. So to me, this made it a lot more of a neater process for training. And it's coming directly from Beachbody stuff. So, it's what works. It's the same thing as Coach Basics. So, and then I started putting all my customers in there. When I watch some TV tonight with Alex, I'm going to continue putting my customers. And as I put them in there, I'm scheduling them for some sort of program email. A lot of them, I'm just sending them an email letting them know that Hammer and Chisel is on sale. Actually, I can show you Automatic CEO.
Yeah.
And I have screen share. So
no
hold on
idea.
1 second, and I'll go to it.
I'm like lost.
Just so you can see what it looks like, and I can kind of show you a little bit, and if anybody else is interested in me showing you a little bit more, I can. It is $25 a month. You get the first 30 days for free.
Oh.
Let me find my screen share button here. Screen share, desktop. But I need to find, okay, can you guys see where it says Automatic CEO?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
see it? Okay, good. Okay, so this is what it is. And if you see right here, weekly schedule, it's always going to have the national wake up call on there. So it's always going to remind you that you have your call. They have apps now. So I downloaded the app on my iPad. That's how I was entering all my new customers. But like for here, so far I put 152 customers in there. So when you click here, it shows you all of your customers. And look, it tells me that she opened up the email I sent her. So it tells you when somebody opened it. I sent him an email today. He opened up the email. So it's a good way to follow up and see that people are actually opening up what you're sending them. In the back office, you don't know if they open it or if they don't open it. But here it lets you know that they looked at it. But let me go in here. Let me find, okay, I'm going to go under Lonnie's real quick. It showed that Lonnie opened up the email I sent today. I'm trying to find where it is because okay, email. I just want to see if I can, because it's different than it is on the app. I was on the app. I think it's this one. Okay. So when you go under email to email somebody, you could pick what email you want to send them. So like you can sit here and say customer business exposure. Like if it's a customer that you want to tell the business to, you pick that template. It puts the name in of the person that you're emailing it to. And then you get this nice email. If I can scroll down, I don't know why it's not letting me scroll down. Tells you all of this. It's not letting me see if I can open it here so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. Gives you everything, gives you all the information about coaching, everything else. Gives them a little video to watch. And all you do is click send email. Or say like, so I've been sending a lot of these out today to people about the business. I've also been sending reintroduce yourself because it's been a while since, you know, I've emailed them or talked to them. So I reintroduce myself. These are all templates. So it just puts her name in there. And then I would just sign it like XOXO Tanya or something like that. But it takes away a lot of time of you having to type all this stuff. And then they have this one that I've been sending out today too. December 2015 Challenge Pack Special. And so now it's going to give all information about the new hammer and chisel. It gives you a little bit of background of who does it, Autumn and Saggy, and then it tells you what you're going to get with it. There's a video about hammer and chisel. It tells you all about the challenge pack. Click here to order. So if you send them that, if they do click here to order, it's going to take them to your Beachbody site, but then it's also going to give me a notification that I got a lead and an order through Automatic CEO. So it lets me know that something happened and somebody that I got a lead. I actually went in 3 different times because I wanted to see what a few different things looked like. So I had 3 different notifications telling me that I got 3 leads from my Automatic CEO, and it was all me, but I wanted to see how the notifications came about. And this is what I'm sending people. These are called your landing pages. You tell them what you want, like your URL to be, your subname. I did Get Fit with Tanya, of course. And so if I want to send somebody to a business builder, I can send them this link right here, getfitwithtanya.automaticceo.com. I can always go in the itty bitty URL, make it smaller, but I like that it says Get Fit with Tanya, so I just leave it. So I can link these to my website. I can link them to any post on Facebook, on my like page. But this is what it shows you what the landing page looks like. When they put in their name and email address and hit watch video, you get a notification that you got a lead. And it gives you their information. It gives you their name and email address. And then on the next screen, if they want to become a coach or want more information, they put their phone number in after they watch the video. But at least here, you get their name and their email so you can email them and talk to them. Hey, you know, I noticed that you went on my site and you were interested in building your own dream business. And I just wanted to touch base with you and see if you had any questions, you know, things like that. Let's see. I can show you they have this one. Oh, and this one is for the Beachbody Challenge. They have a 3-day refresh. They have one for all the programs, a landing page. Hammer and Chisel, I think so. Yeah, here's Hammer and Chisel. So here's
That's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, I've been seeing those everywhere. I'm like, how did they make that? I need to make that.
Yep, and then you get the video. So if you put this URL in Facebook or on my web, I can put it on my website or whatever. If they're interested, like I can post on my blog about the new Hammer and Chisel and then put this link. If you're interested, click here. They're going to go right to this. They'll put in their name, email, and phone number, get more information. And then all of a sudden now they're linked to me. No matter what they do, they're linked to me. Then this gives, look at how professional it looks. You don't even have to worry about having a website. This looks so professional. You get a video, you know, then it gives you somebody's, you know, gives you a few testimonials of people that did the program, you know, their before and afters. Want to earn, and then down here, want to earn part-time income. It gives a little Beachbody information of coaching, get started today, and they can do that. So it's really cool. You get landing pages for everything. And they're pretty quick on getting the landing page up and running, like right when the program comes out. They have, here's 21-day fix. And automatically when they go to it, the video will automatically start. So they would have to go to the video and pause it if they don't want to hear it. The video automatically starts for them. So they'll go to here, it'll start. They'll scroll down like, where's that sound? And then they'll fill out all the information. So I like it just for those benefits that I could put my customers in it and I could send them to one of those landing pages. So that's what I've been doing. I've been sending a couple people that when they became a customer with me, I spoke to them about 21-day fix. They still haven't bought it. So I put them into my automatic CEO system and I clicked 21-day fix landing page, which takes them to the one that we just saw so they can put their information in.
Question.
Yeah.
So you're sending that as an email?
It'll send them an email
for your customers. Now, where are you putting the landing page when they're not your customer because people are going to it and entering their email and their name?
The main one that I have as my like main landing page, but I would have to put the link up somewhere for them to like go to it. But this is my main one, Build Your Dream Business.
So it's your link you're giving them really to find it.
Yeah, this link right here. That's what I'm getting them for them to find it. Like on my website, I put this link where the button for them to click to become a coach. I put that link from the automatic CEO. So then that way, if they fill the information out, now I know they're interested in becoming a coach. So I can talk to them more. You know, because if people go to my website now, I have no idea if they're interested because I don't get any feedback.
Right.
But what if they, like, I know my website has the link, like it says, click here to become a coach, and it goes to
Beachbody.
The Beachbody page to become a coach.
Yeah, that's what I had also. But I changed it to this. That way they'll get a video. The video is very informative. It explains to them how they'll make money, everything. More than what Beachbody explains on their own website. So I changed it to this link for them to click. That way they fill in their information. I get notification that I have a lead of somebody that filled in their information to watch the video. And then basically what will happen is now that they fill this information out, automatic CEO remembers that they filled out information to become a coach. So then they'll get like reminder email, you know, for coaching. Let me see if I can go to where if I can find where email autoresponders, here you are. They have autoresponders for emails. So like here, this breaks down the Emerald training. Each day, this is so you can look at what they're going to get before you send them the emails. So when you sign somebody up, let's see here, somebody wants just Shakeology auto ship. They don't get just one email. They get a thank you for the Shakeology order. Then they get 7 days later, how do you like your Shakeology? That kind of email. Then on day 10, they get, have you thought about doing this? And it's about, coaching. And then day 14, they get save money on Shakeology, which is 25% off for coaching. Check out these amazing flavors. So it tells them all the flavors of Shakeology. You can now customize your Shakeology. So it lets them know how they can change their Shakeology order. Are you crushing it, or did you stop too soon? So they're going to get those emails. And let's see if I can find, okay, hammer and chisel landing page. So when I set somebody up, like the new customers, and I set them up that they're going to get hammer and chisel, this is the information that they'll get on hammer and chisel. It's pretty cool. I like it. I really like it. And then like here's what you'll get if you send them, this one says hammer and chisel lead collector. So basically it just gives them all information about, hammer and chisel. This is like before the program came out. If I had automatic CEO, I would have sent this email to everybody in my contact list, because basically day 1, it says that you're on the list. Day 7 gave a sneak peek. So it basically did the event that we did, the sneak peek event. This email did the sneak peek event with like 6 emails. And then it said almost here, which was like probably the day before it came out. So it's just really cool. I haven't learned everything. I'm actually going to watch videos, because they have training videos on here on how to use the automatic CEO to really build your business up better. But I just really love it for the fact that, it helps you follow up, because it has a reminder. It's going to send 6, 7 emails every time somebody's on something. So what I was doing was, for my people that order like they normally do, and I send them an email order. Once they place their order, I go into automatic CEO and I click what they ordered, so that way they'll get these emails during their process of that program. So say somebody orders 21 Day Fix from me. I would put them in the system. Actually, I'll do a fake one. Or I can actually find me, because I put myself in here a couple times. Come on. I did some fake stuff today. All right, so let's go under me. And let's see if I can change it. I haven't really learned. You can send text messages. You can view phone scripts. So when you're talking to somebody on the phone about something, introduction. So this gives you scripts that you can use, copy and paste through text message, through Facebook Messenger. If you're on the phone, these give you an ideas of some really good scripts to use to help you with people. Let's see if I can figure out. Let's create a new task. Send one touch email. Trying to see how I can enroll myself into. And then you can keep notes in here. So when you talk to people, you can put the notes right in there also. So you can like have this open when you're talking to them. Here's all their social media information. Let's see. And you can keep them grouped. So like once you have a customer that goes to a coach, you can put them under coach. And see, this is all the information that I filled out. I said I was interested in learning how to stay home with my family and work at home with my kids. So I said I'm available in the evening, that I wanted to quit my job. So all this information right here is stuff that I put in when I went on the automatic CEO thing, the link. So it pops up here. And then there's all my contact information that I put in. I'm trying to see. Okay, here we go. It's under the follow-up. So let's do, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to see if it'll show you guys how you do it. All right, so say I'm working with Tanya Griss, and she just decided to buy the 21 Day Fix. So she bought it from me like normal. I sent her the her order through the app. And now I want to make sure that she gets these emails throughout the process to help keep her motivated. I would go into here, I'd find her name, I'd go all under here under follow-up, and I would put her under the 21-day fix landing page and hit perform action. So now what's going to happen is it's going to show right here that I just enrolled her into the 21-day fix landing page campaign. So the 21-day fix landing page campaign is the first email is thanking her for her 21-day fix order. I'm going to go under here so you guys can see the email. Find 21-day fix. And I'll preview the email so you guys can see it. So she's going to get this the day that I enroll her, right? You guys saw how fast it was. Like immediately I did it, and then you're like, oh, I got the email. It's going to say, thank you for contacting me about 21-day fix. Thank you for your interest. So it gives all the information about it for her to order it. Okay, so she ordered it, transform your body, want to save even more. So she's going to get all of these emails each day. Everything. She's going to get everything. And then save even more. It always takes her back to becoming a Beachbody coach. Automatic CEO will always send an email back for Beachbody coaching, which I think is great. Because sometimes we forget to follow up, or we think we spoke to them about it and we might not have spoken to them about it. So, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, if you have the $25 a month to invest in your business, I suggest to do it because it's a great way to keep everybody in one place, have the follow-up. The computer, the system's already doing the follow-up for you, and then you get those really nice professional pages for each program. So when you have a specific challenge pack that you're selling, you have a link for that specific challenge pack. So like right now it's hammer and chisel. So hammer and chisel, we'd want to send them to the hammer and chisel one. So you would give them, like I've been giving, if somebody's like, oh, I'm really interested, can I get some more information? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, you can get some more information. And then I give them, if I can find it, I give them this URL. They're all the same minus the very end. It says go 22, go 21. That's the only difference. Everything else is the same at the beginning. But I give them this. And then that's where they go. So somebody that asks me for more information on hammer and chisel, absolutely, here's the link. And this is all the information about hammer and chisel that you could need. And then if they want it, they're going to put in their information here. And then I'm going to know that they filled in their information. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm still learning it, but so far that's what I've learned. I think is really, really useful, especially if you start now before you get huge and you have all the coaches and customers like Lindsay Mountain and Scotty Hobbs have. It's great to have something like this that can do autoresponders for you. It'll help you with time management, I think. So, but I really like it the most for the purpose of the trainings for the team, because I think those are really great. I like the Coach Basic groups, but I just find sometimes people just get lost in all the everything getting, misplaced and out of place on Facebook. So that's what I learned about it so far. So does anybody have any questions for me on anything? Anything that we might not have touched on that we learned that maybe we just forgot to talk about that you might have a question? No, everybody's good?
Good.
Okay, good. Good. So yeah, so that's called Automatic CEO. They have an app. You can go on their website, read about it. Like I said, they'll give you 30 days free trial. I wish I would have, when I found out about it, I had already grown my business. It would have been cool to know about it right at the beginning when I started, because then you start with your first customers and your first coaches in there. But it really is a good tool. It's a good tool to help for follow-ups and to have a URL specific for certain programs and certain things, instead of saying, yeah, here's my link to my site, then click shop, then click here, then click there, or going in the back office and figuring out what the URL is and putting your ID number at the back of it. You'll just get a quick little URL and they're easy to find. I have mine all copied and pasted in a Google Docs form. I have the name of the program and what the URL is next to it, so within 2 seconds I can give it to somebody. So it's a real professional way to give them information on each program. And then you link that to your website. Like what I'll probably do is take that URL and try to embed it into my website. So once it's embedded, that specific page will have all the different programs on it. You know, I'll put a picture of the program and then the URL under it for them to get more information. Maybe I'll give that task to my daughter. She can earn some money. She can do it for me. But, all right, guys, well, I'll let everybody go. I know Amber still has to eat dinner. She was cooking. So have a good night. I'm so glad we got to share with you how excited we were with the event. We're going to put together some training videos and stuff like that for me and Amy to do with some of the information that we found. And we'll definitely share that with everybody. And we will keep you posted on what day we're going to do our first Wine and Shine event. It's definitely going to be in January. So I'll let everybody know. And I think that's it. I think that's everything that I have to say. Do you have anything, Amy?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you for hopping on the call. It's always the same faces. I love it. It's going to be the same faces I see at next summit also.
That's right.
Just saying. All right, guys.
All right, good night.
Bye.
Bye.